Yes, at the moment, what's going on with me. Okay. So another time I saw him there at next to Garrett Road Bridge there. With Merv. I think his surname's Thelma. Sonya Mofferdin and then his brother. Merv Thelma, I think he is. I saw him one time there with Merv. Merv came down. And we done a deal there or whatever. I just dabbed in, had a scope. And this and that. Now one time before this, one time Wayne van der Merwe asked me to hook him up. He was looking for some gear or whatever. And so I called Craig. I don't just send them anywhere. Because Craig and Rob or whatever is my friends. If I'm going to hook someone up with them, I'll call him first and ask them if it's okay. Because I don't just want to send anybody to your house. So Wayne was looking for some gear. I thought, okay. He asked me, I thought, okay, I'll ring Craig up and I'll tune Craig. So I called Craig up. Craig said, yeah, like, no worries, he'll organize it. So then Wayne spoke to Craig, I think, and then Craig had organized for Merv to go meet Wayne. Wayne said that Merv went to meet him. And then after this incident, Wayne said to me that Merv's a cop. He's an undercover carer or something like that. Up to this day, I still don't know. But that's what Wayne said to me. And then I saw Merv with Craig once at the same spot where we do a deal. I never really thought much of it. I didn't think of the cop Merv thing then. Didn't really bother me, you know what I'm saying? But Wayne had said that Merv is a cop. He's a carer, Anyway, that's Craig done for the year. So there's a few strange happenings with Craig there. Okay, where was I here now? So one day I went to Rob's place, right down in South Perth, or his mum's house. Him and Craig are like business partners. If I don't see one, I'll see the other. Now, after I'm coming back from Rob's house, I think there was an Indian guy there once that came over to give Rob some money. And Rob said that this Indian guy owed him money for like 6 months and he still hasn't paid him. Anyway, I was coming back from Rob's house, coming back to my mum's house, yeah. And in my car now, I hear someone say, "We thought you selling it." And I thought to myself, fuck, in my mum's car, you know what I'm saying? Now, so people are watching me in the car now. So they've been following me around in the car, they've been watching what I've been up to. Now they felt comfortable talking to me. Now they're talking to me, because when I'm driving the cab, or I've had a scaife and I'm driving, so I don't know. Maybe I look a little spaced out or whatever, I don't know. I don't know how I look. I don't look at myself in the mirror when I've had a scaife and I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So if someone says, fucking, we thought you selling it. And I'm like, yo, I'm thinking to myself, fucking. You know, it put me in a position where I'm like, fuck, what do? Do I start talking to the car now? Do I start talking to my car stereo? And like, so I never responded. I never really, you know. But anyway, that told me someone's watching me in the cab, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Rachel Capewell, she spoke on Facebook. We caught up again. Well, on Facebook we caught up on messages. And she spoke about strung out people and spreading it out a bit, and a young son and all that and everything. So I'll tell you about the message later. Anyway, now when I'm in my music and I've had this in my room, and one of my hobbies is to make music. On my laptop, I've got a laptop, I make music with a bit of a producing program. But now my fucking music is all the little samples or snippets that I'm trying to put together, all of a sudden they're too long. The beat will go doom, ch, doom, ch, doom, ch. They're not fitting into the bars correctly on my music program. And I'm like, fuck, man. Now I know someone's messing with my laptop. It's like someone's got my laptop hacked because things are not happening properly now. Before that, there was nothing wrong with my music program. It was fine. Now I play my drums as well. I like to play the drums, bongo drums. So I'm playing the drums, you know, in my room, this and that. Now the music, when I'm playing my drums to the music keeps changing. I'm playing. I'm playing laka laka. Next minute the music's going faster. Next minute I'm like this. You know, like that. So the music keeps changing. It's going fast and slow, like sporadic, you know. And I'm like, fuck, man. It's annoying. It's pissing me off, you know. Anyway, so I figured my music's hacked. It's playing strangely. The words are mixed up. People are not finishing the words in my music, and then the words are sounding like something else. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is not me losing my mind. This is, I can hear what's going on. I can see what's going on. And I had gotten a hard drive off Rob before that. And Craig said to me one day, hey, I told Craig about it, and he said to me one day, hey, that old Rob, watch out, you'll get a virus on your computer, you know, through the hard drive and all that. And I thought to myself, would he really? Being my bra, why would you do that? It'll fuck up your whole computer, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. I thought if the O can do that to me, then I better watch out, you know what I'm saying? Those might be up to something. Yeah, and the music was playing slow and offbeat. Anyway, in May 2014, Marlon asked me about my car on Facebook. I got a Cortina I bought off David Manuel in 2007. I was buying it off him for $2,000, and when it came the day to buy it, he charged me $2,500, $2,500 or $2,600 for it. I was like, nah, yeah? Because we had agreed on $2,000, but then he upped the price. Anyway, and I've had this cab over the years, try to keep it undercover and look after it, because my intention was to do it up, you know, soup it up. Get it laka souped up one day. Anyway, Marlon inquired about it in 2014 in May on Facebook. And I didn't tune in where it was. I just tuned in there, I still got it, this and that, whatever. Anyway, Mum and him had a free hotel room pass for the McHugh Hotel. They gave me the pass. And I went to the hotel there one night. I stayed by myself. I rang Craig up because I owed him $200. He wasn't answering his phone. So I ended up just having a meal there by myself and all this. He had a laka night. Then in the morning, I went upstairs to the pool, and there was a cherry there parking with no top on, you know. But I couldn't see nothing. She was laying on her stomach. And I thought, no, what is yours, man? Anyway, I was parking there having a cigarette. Then this guy came up with his lighty and all that. So I think the cherry kind of covered herself up and this and that. Kind of spoiled it anyway. But anyway, that night when I was having a chow in the room, this Irish girl now came in the room. She just walks in my room, walks straight across to the other side of the room, and she's serving me from that side of the room. Now the door's over there. And only afterwards I thought to myself, you don't walk into a room, walk all the way around to the other side of the room, and then start serving me from inside my room. If you come into the room, you come from the door, you stand there by the hallway or whatever, and then you inquire about what you want or what I want. You know what I'm saying? She just came inside, made herself at home, and I thought it was a bit strange. Anyway, I'll tell you later about that story. Now I got a couple of guitars, acoustic guitar and electric guitar. If I had a Skype or whatever, I'd be playing them till early hours of the morning, you know, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, not sleeping. Playing my guitars, and so if it was too loud, I said to Noel, if you can hear me play my guitars and it's too late or too loud, you must let me know. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be rude. I'll live and keep you up. It's your house. Okay, let's talk about another. Oh, Noel. Now, it's around the beginning of this year, because what I used to do was, if I was going to see Craig or Rob, I'd take out $400 from the bank. So I used to go to Commonwealth Bank up here in Bentley Plaza, take out $400. So I had my scafe, my cigarettes and whatever. You know what I'm saying? So one day Noel was on the couch inside, and he done this thing, he said, like Craig had done. He done this thing with $400 at the bank. He was sitting on the couch, and I looked and I thought, I was in the kitchen standing up, and I thought, did you say that? Because I heard you say something, but I didn't see your lips moving. It's like you went, $400 at the bank. $400 at the bank. Yeah, man. So it kind of spun me out. And when I thought about it, I thought, $400 at the bank. That's what I do. I take out $400 at the bank. But I was also thinking of the reason why I take out $400 at the bank. Anyway. Then this year too, we went to a rugby party with a couple of Noel's Kiwi friends from work. We went to a party. Me and Byron, we had a Skype, this, that, whatever. But then at the party, yeah, the people seemed to be acting a little strange, you know what I'm saying? And Noel kept acting up like he'd see me. I watched Noel and he was standing there, and I'd be standing there by myself. And about 3 or 4 times he'd done this. He'd look at me, and then he'll wait for a moment, then come over and start crying and telling me about how much he loves my mother and all this and that, you know what I'm saying? After the 3rd time, I was annoyed with him. I was quite annoyed. Anyway, then he started acting like a real baby, you know what I'm saying? We're going outside, he's acting like he's too drunk, you know, he was drunk, carrying on, eating, throwing the meat, food shit, and this and that, pissing on the front on the post box. I was holding him up because there was a steep driveway. I didn't want him to fall over and knock his head, you know. So I was looking after him, basically. Anyway, we came home. Done whatever. And Noel used to go like, he started doing this thing like he used to go, he used to do that. Again, I'll tell you later why. Okay. Now, Byron tried to get me my FMG job back. I used to work for FMG 2009. So he's trying to get me my FMG job back, right? I'm like, yes, cool, man. This will be awesome. After I've lost that CBI prospect and this and that, I need some job stability, you know what I'm saying? Because I came to my mum's house, I'm there at my mum's house now, I'm doing sporadic shutdowns here and there, running out of matcha, having a scafe. You know, before I go back to work, I'm broke, you know what I'm saying? I can't maintain a bank account, you know what I'm saying? So now I need this graft that's pure shot. I organize my resume. My computer now, the internet thing is working a little crappy, you know, on off, same bloody deal. Internet's working a bit crap. Yeah. Anyway, when I look at my resume on the computer or the one I've done on the net, there's all these spelling mistakes in it and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking, I've checked it before and there's been no spelling mistakes, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was in a format that could be changed. I wasn't too sure about formats and that kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm looking at my resume and I'm a bit pissed off because there's spelling mistakes in it. The paragraphs are not where they are. The bullets are not lined up. And everything, making me now, you know. So anyway, I'm getting my resume done for this graph now, for Byron. I'm done doing it, laka, getting it sorted. And now Byron's calling me up. Hey, Xe, what kind? You know, I asked you to do one fucking thing, this and that, blah, 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 man. Fucking, where's the resume? Just fucking get it done. This always putting the pressure on me now. And I'm thinking, wow, but why? I'm doing my resume, everything's fine. I'm having a hard time doing my resume, Xe. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't know what's happening inside here or behind the scenes. I'm having a hard time making my resume, getting it up to scratch. I don't do resume, I'm a boilermaker, you know what I'm saying? But I know enough to get one done. So he's pressuring me and he's making me feel like a swak, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not putting in the effort. He's making me feel swak, like I don't want this job or I don't appreciate what he's doing for me. You know, eh? So now I don't want to fluke him or tune him dead because he's helping me out. He's organizing me now, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to cause a conflict with myself here now because he's helping me as a broom. Anyway. Now that didn't go through as well. 1-2 weeks later, he's telling me now at FMG, now Graham is a guy, he's a superintendent there now. He's a guy I used to work with when we were both on the workshop floor. In our boilie trucks going out and servicing the smooths at FMG. We worked together. Then I stopped working there. He carried on there. He's the superintendent now. He's the main guy. He's telling Byron that they've got a conflict of interest about me getting my job back. Yeah, so basically Byron was saying the conflict of interest is there's no actual excuse that they can give you what they want to give you. There's just a conflict of interest. It's like they can't look at you and tell you why they don't want to give you your job back. So it ended up falling through. I was upset about that. Now another lekker graph falling through. So. Anyway, still trooping on. He said, no worries, just life, right, you know. Carrying on in life. So now I'm a little upset about that. Let's see who else can I put on there for this year. Now Ken, let's see. Let's go with Korggi. Korggi now is Ken's sister. I went with her walking to pick flowers. I kind of liked her. She lived up the road, yeah. She was a friend of mine. Now we went to pick flowers one day. We're walking down the road, yeah. Byron called up while we were walking together. She was walking in front of me. She had like a tight black jeans on, you know. And I was on the phone to Byron and she looked back at me like that. You know, and I was just smiling at her because I was checking her out, you know. We went for a long walk, it's a long walk. We saw a young black girl over here. She was asking for a cigarette. And Korggi gave her a cigarette. I don't even know if she was overage or whatever. But anyway. So we went to pick flowers. The night ended up good. She asked me if I wanted to come back to her place. I said, no, it's okay. Because she had a son and some friends there as well that used to stay with her. Now, I used to call her up when I used to go for a walk and take the dog, mum's dog, for a walk. Hey, do you need anything, whatever? I got her bread and milk one time and some chocolates and stuff like that, you know, because being a gentleman, I kind of liked her. She was actually a drug dealer. She used to sell drugs there. Now, one time I went over to her house, but I didn't look at her. I didn't look at her as a drug dealer. I looked at her as a friend and someone I liked. So I didn't realize when everybody else is looking at who I'm hanging out with, they look at me hanging out with a drug dealer. That's the way the world works. So anyway, I went over to her house one time, and we were sitting there, and she's watching the TV, and then she done this with her neck, you know. I was sitting over there. Then she twisted her neck like this. And it looked really strange, you know, and I thought, maybe she's telling me to go, you know. Maybe go because her boyfriend or someone's in the house or something. But it freaked me out, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up leaving her vibe. I thought, hey, that was too freaky for me, man. Anyway. Now, funny thing is, I went to IGA 1-2 months later. And now I saw Sonya Mofferdin at IGA there in Waterford. We were chatting. It was like good to catch up with Sonya, you know what I'm saying? I know her from back in the day, Wayne's ex-missus. Yeah, so we got chatting about life and what we've been up to. And then she was at the checkout and I was looking at her. I was thinking of getting her phone number so we can catch up and hang out, shoot the breeze sometime. And I was looking at her and then she'd done this strange thing. He said she looked past me, put her head to the side and put this really strange look on her face. He said, you know what I'm saying? And I thought, whoa, fuck it, that's weird. The way she looked was like there was someone pointing a gun at me on the side of me, you know what I'm saying? And I thought, fucking, that's some weird shit. I thought, you know what, I'm not going to get her phone number. I'm just going to leave. So I left, but the strange thing was, it reminded me of the same behavior Korggi exhibited, you know? They done the same thing with their heads and their necks and the looks on their faces. So it's like they were connected in some kind of way. I couldn't say nothing about it. I don't know jack shit, so I don't know what's going on. It's just something that happened in my life. They just happen to seem related. So anyway, let's see. I saw Nick once or twice, the guy from FMG with the black one from Morley. And Craig, when I used to see Craig used to always, Craig used to talk about his work colleagues. Hey, his work colleague is giving him a rough time because he's the new guy there and stuff. And he seems a bit standoffish to him, you know, and he's always sucking up to the boss and this blah, 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 you know, and everything. So I used to think, oh yeah, I used to give Craig advice, like, or try to talk to him about what he's saying. Maybe the guy's just a bit jealous. Maybe he's intimidated by you because you're good at what you do, you know. And maybe it's just going to take a while for you all to settle down in each other's company. Who knows, you know, just give it some time. So that kind of stuff. But he was always whining about his work colleagues. Now Rob as well. Rob, every time I saw Rob, he was whining about his missus, telling me what a bitch his missus is. Ah, my missus, she's trying to use this is what Rob would say to me, yeah, and she's trying to use my son as a tool, you know, because I want them to come to Australia, but she wants to stay in Indonesia. And so I've got to come and work here, and I want them to come live here, but she doesn't want to come live here, and she's using my son as a tool, basically. And he used to always talk about his missus. He never had nothing nice to say about his missus. They were always having some kind of conflict. I used to think to myself, why do you bother with a missus that you're always whining about? You know what I'm saying? Should leave her, man, or something. But I never said that to him. I just listened as a friend of what he's telling me. You know what I'm saying? Because I've never met his missus. I don't know who she is. She stays in Indonesia. And then he was showing me his some pictures on his phone. He's got pictures of upskirts, right? Because in Indonesia, you were saying